How are you guys doing this morning? Um, yeah, I'm not ready for this morning. I got up. I've been awake since for a while, and I got up at 5:30. Still not, still not awake. Um, yeah. Hope you guys are doing well. I did not look up current events, so I have been out of it for a few days. We'll look up current events later. Okay, let's shuffle our tarot cards, shall we? If you have a question, you can go ahead and ask us. Otherwise I'll just do a general tarot. You can go ahead and post it in the comments. Yeah. Uh, I didn't do anything yesterday except hang out with family. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, all I did yesterday was hang out with family. So talk about emotional balm. 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 Okay. Yeah, I'm not shuffling this one time, so I can consciously point out as shuffling. Okay. Alright. So no questions. That's okay. Today we have the warrior. Major Arcana. The warrior. I should do this more often. Okay. Right side up. So it's innovation. The warrior is a psychic warrior with mind, body, and spirit as weapons. These must be trained to work in harmony. The warrior faces her own fears, develops her spiritual courage, and hones the will. I'm not going to sneeze. That was fun. Will is not an impulse or desire or even willpower. It is the end of the chariot. It is the unwavering strength that seeks the personal path. Personal truth and path. If the card of the warrior appears in your spread, it shows that you will have the opportunity to your plans into action. It is the card of powerful forward moving energy, indicating that that you can master adverse circumstances through your determination and courage. However, while you must be firm, you must not be aggressive or lose your temper. I don't know what it's talking about. You must keep calm and a clear head and a calm demeanor, and remember to be a magnanimous in victory. Don't be a sore loser, in other words. Spiritually, this card speaks about the development of the will. The warrior must subject herself to a physical extremes to force her will and consciousness beyond the ordinary. We are all subject to many fears, and the warrior's purpose is to seek them out and defeat them. It must be recognized that the body has its own fears, fears of injury, fears of physical danger, which are natural and proper. Without these fears, we will put our hands in the fire, crash our cars, jump off cliffs. The body has its own innate mechanisms of self-preservation. To cling to life, that's its job. The warrior may decide to face many physical fears to develop will and courage. Fear facilitates a change of consciousness. To conquer a fear facilitates the development of the will to do something or dangerous that may result in injury or death, however, is not part of the warrior's path. It is a self-indulgence. The deeper fear lies within the mind itself. These arise from childhood and adult experiences and conditioning. At some point, the warrior must confront them one by one and deal with them. Your spirituality is your own quest, and you must find your own truth. You can, however, test and push yourself, run the extra mile, swim the extra 2 lengths, dig the extra few yards. You could do much more than you imagine. Break your self-imposed limits. That's not wrong. We all have that, you know? Yeah. I might make one of those bags for that. Alright, that was fun. Alright. Stone soup. Alright, here's a recipe I found on Taste of Home. I'm going to copy this link right now and go into edit. Oh, no, I didn't copy. Alright, copy, hit the copy button. Control-C. Okay, here's description. We're going to put that in. Control-V. Stone soup recipe. That is not how I spell recipe. Who made it? Let's see who made it. Taste of Home. Kitchen Approved. Who's the author of this? Stone soup recipe. Photo by Taste of Home. Ingredients, advertisement. Doesn't say who wrote this. Rating, very good soupy rotates. Huh. It's just off of Taste of Home. Okay. You know, on the other one, they give credit to who submitted the recipe and all that other stuff. Love taste. I know how to spell taste. Not my recipe. Alright, because I gotta, yeah. The taste film recipe. Yeah, there we go. That, we're going to save that in there. Okay, now it's in the descriptions. I put it in the descriptions. Putting things in the descriptions. Like, I still can't find a copy link to my Fiverr website. I want to promote it. I might just write it on a different website. And yeah. Oh. Alright, so let's talk about this recipe. Let me tell you this recipe. The ingredients is 4 cans of chicken broth, 4 medium red potatoes cut into eighths, 1 yellow summer squash chopped, 2 medium carrots chopped, 1 medium onion chopped, 2 celery ribs chopped, 1 teaspoon of dry thyme, half a teaspoon of pepper, 4 cups cubed cooked chicken, 1 frozen cut green bean, 1 cup. It's like if you want to cut up a single green bean and pop that in your soup, let's go. A half cup quick cooking barley, 1 cup of diced tomatoes, undrained, 4 cups of salad croutons, a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Directions: in Dutch oven, combined first. 8 ingredients. Bring to a boil, reduce heat, cover, and simmer for 10 to 15 minutes or until vegetables are crisp and tender. Crisp tender. That's a word. Crisp tender. Nice hyphened word. I had never put it that way. Okay. 2. Stir in the chicken, beans, barley. Bring to a boil, reduce heat, cover, and simmer for 10 to 12 minutes or until vegetables and barley are tender. Add tomatoes, heat through, serve with croutons and cheese. And then there's nutrition facts, which are important, but I'm not putting them in. And there's reviews, and there's, and I'm gonna just go back and find the Wikipedia about this stone soup from Wikipedia. Okay, stone soup is a European, according to Wikipedia, stone soup is quoting Wikipedia, the stone soup is a European folk story in which hungry strangers convince the people of a town to each share a small amount of their food in order to make a meal that everyone enjoys, and exists as a moral regarding the value of sharing in varied traditions. The stone has been replaced with other common and edible objects, and thereof the table is also known as the ox soup, button soup, nail soup, and wood soup, unquote. It's such a lovely story. This isn't a paywall? Donate now. Yeah, if I had money to donate to Wikipedia, I would. But here's this one, and we'll put this link, copy, into the descriptions as well. Let's is Wikipedia, right? Wiki. Yeah, I might have forgotten an I. Wikipedia. Pedia has a EDIA. Yeah, no, that's right. Nope, that's wrong. I've switched to the E and the D. That's why. That's why it looks funky. ED. Yeah, there we go. No, not an additional IA. I got spelled. Okay, let's drink more coffee, shall we? They want it kept, like it's a proper name or something. Okay. Semicolon? And control E. I love those baby and like daddy or baby and mommy shirts that say control C, and then the baby has the control V on there. I'm like, oh, that is adorable. Copy and paste, and that's what I think of. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it always makes me tear up. Promoting yourself as a Fiverr pro seller. Okay. So, it looks like I won't have a guest speaker. She doesn't want to do morning shows. She says if it's an afternoon show, she'll do it. Diaphragm speaking exercises. I, to get the diaphragm to move is, yeah, that's one of the other things, is trying to remember to read, speak, and use the diaphragm to, and butter. Yeah, don't say what I'm trying to sound like a guru isn't gonna work very well. Yeah. So how's it been going with you guys? Have you guys all been enjoying yourself? You guys, this one participant is what's showing up. One participant is showing up on my thing, 15 minutes in. Yeah. Success. I didn't get anything done yesterday. The end of the year. I got like 2 days till next year. So, yeah, 2 days till next year. I got nothing done. So what should we cover on the end of the year vlog, or the end of the year video? What kind of end of the year video do people like to see? Do you guys like to see, my viewers on my channel? Let's see. And also, I need to make a diaphragm speaking video. I'm not a professional, so it's not like, here's how you speak with your diaphragm. It's like, here's how I'm speaking with my diaphragm. So let's do like these practice exercises. Yeah. I've learned a lot of things, like how to walk around with my back straight. It's different. If you walk, you get approached differently. And how, like, if you speak with your diaphragm, people will probably listen to you more likely. There's some other tricks, but I don't want so much tricks as I want, like, core effective uses. That probably doesn't make sense. I'd like to develop core actions, based on my core beliefs and how things should be, and then actually do them. The belief in myself is understanding what I actually believe and then doing these things. Empowering myself, empowering my kids, so that they can do it. That's the big thing, and just have it so that it's a natural part of this world to empower other people, go about doing things. Did my nails, and then I did, like, the other day I did the tattoo marker on the hand. I love those things. I use them all the time. I think I'll just do henna. Yeah. My nails are brittle. My nails are thin. My nails are not shiny. I don't know if they're supposed to be shiny. And I have to take care of the cuticles. So I should cover the small stuff. And it's not the vanity of, oh, I want my nails to look all pretty. I enjoy the aesthetics of them being black while I'm typing and coding. But that's just a personal thing. But the fact that I want them to quit splitting and cracking and breaking and being so weak So I'll have to take care of like internal. Body should be able to produce healthy nails. What's wrong with my body that I can't produce healthy nails? Is it, bone health or something? May not be bone health, but it may be dehydration. So I have to work on being hydrated enough. And then on the outside, treating my nails, I should treat the cuticles and then file the nails, might buff them. But I like black nail polish. And show you guys how to do nails. Especially those who have sit there and do them at home. This is not how you should do them at home. Don't just open up the thing and just like put on nail polish. No, it's a half-hour process from what I learned. If there's a new way to do it, I'm not aware of it. I haven't like been in the know and in the keep on nails. The thing I worry about nail health is because I'll sit there and it'll break and then the edge will be sharp and I'll go to touch my kids. I'll scrape them or scratch them accidentally. And that's a horrifying feeling. So, yeah, take care of the nails for nail health, not just vanity. I mean, I think people focus on, oh, it's a vain reason. You just want to look pretty or spend money on nails. I believe in keeping my nails probably a medium or low height. I don't want them all. As awesome as I love watching those people with long nails sit there and I do taps. I just sit there and just tap, tap, tap. It's fun. I guess it's anxiety or something. It's just like thinking. My fingers moving helps me. It either helps me or it's a product of me thinking. My hands thinking, things going physically just around and around and around. But I wonder if my mom would like a manicure. I know how to do a manicure. Yeah, it takes half an hour. You sit there with your hands in dish soap and water. What that'll do is that'll soften your nails. And then you moisturize. You pat them dry and you moisturize them. Because you're about to put a paint on, which is a sealant. So if you put it on and you dry them out, okay, so you don't just put the nail polish on. You put the moisturizer on. So when you put on the paint or anything on it, it seals in the moisture from the moisturizer. So if you do just soap that dries out your hands and dries out your nails, you're going to have dry, brittle underneath them all. Then you take care of the cuticles. You can push the cuticles up and back and then trim them off. That's the only way I know of. There is a cuticle remover. I've just never bought it, never used it. It might be easier for my mom if I get the cuticle remover. And then, so then you shape your nails. I'm not very good at shaping nails, but go ahead and shape them and make sure that they're filed down. That gets off the stuff that'll, catch and tang on a piece of fabric or material, nails catch. And then some people don't know. But if you want to do your daughter's nails and you're not into that thing, but now you've learned all about like doing your daughter's hair, you're the daddy that took the daughter hair course and then she wants to do her nails or your nails. You can make your nails look good. It doesn't have to be a feminine thing, it can be a masculine thing. I don't quite understand the daddies that dress up in the feminine way with their daughters. I mean, they could be that way. That could make them feel good. They could need that. But usually the way I see it is dressing up like a prince, dressing up like fancy, dressing up like the masculine version of dressing up. But that's, a younger version of me understanding. So the fact that I've seen like the wife swap, and the guy swapped, the heavy lifter person swapped with the other person who had the guy who did ballet. And that was an eye opener. It's like I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't had any reserve ideas, but I hadn't been introduced to the idea of guys being ballerinas. Um, I know there's another word for it. And it's just like, and I'm like, if you sit there and you think about it, no, it is not weak by any means. A man ballerina, a man who dances the ballet, seriously is, you got to think the form and the strength and the discipline and the amount of work that goes into the ballet. We see people in pink tights, but they're so much more than leotards and cute little ballerina slippers. So the understanding of masculine and feminine, yeah, especially with the gender expressions that are becoming socially, you know, uh, norm. Becoming, your binaries, yeah, it's, where it's cross dresser, where it is kind of a norm for a, drag queen to come out and be like, hey, and she's pretty cool. If you've met a few, it's probably pretty cool. And you probably, with the amount that are coming out, there's probably assholes in there, but, I haven't met them. And, but, yeah, and the fact that I dress up like a guy, I, the hair goes, it's not bad. I'm like, my poor brother, I probably look like him. Like a couple of us would look like, oh yeah, that's definitely your younger brother. My brother's older. So they would probably think I'm just his younger brother. I don't really have a masculine name or anything. I do, I do have that thing that are like, where I look at guys' magazines. It's not like, ooh la la, guy magazines. I look at the girl, I'm like, why can't I look that good? And then I realize, oh yeah, I don't exercise. I'm trying to exercise now. I won't look that good because they're oddly skinny. They bulk up in the strangest places. But I don't mind like the skinny straight, because even if I work out, I'm gonna have bulge and like muscle definition in different spots. But yeah, it'll look good. Like workout videos. You guys will enjoy workout videos with me, won't you? We'll work out and we'll see if we can get a wise one workout. Coin something. Let's see if I can get some medical like college or something that'll be like, yeah, okay, let's test this out and see how well this works and how well this is for the health and how well this is for the body definition and everything, to make something up. Or, because exercise is important just for the longevity of health. I mean, it's not just like, ooh, you look good. Look good is a great byproduct of working out. So I'll figure out a workout schedule. Yeah. Okay, so for more shows, figure out. The pen doesn't work. Alright, so the end of the year video content. Okay, what do you guys want for the end of the year content? No suggestions, so I have to figure it out myself and see what I like and see if you guys like that kind of thing. You'd be like, I will like and subscribe to that. New Year's, new year, new kind of. It's not more like, what do we want for next year? Because after this year, we have some trust issues. Let's see. Can't make a plan for get together. It's like the stone soup thing. I wanted to plan when that is, but I don't know the results of the vaccines. So it'll be interesting, like, oh, what new isolation year things should we get to? Like, what new language 2 years per language. So I'd be going on my second year. No, it's more like fourth or fifth year of like ASL. I don't know that, but I'm still like a level. Is it like level one? I don't know. I don't know. I suck. I need to get together with like a group, and what is it, group? It's old way because like some of it is old. Like the signs that I know are old signs from when I was like a little kid. Like I love little kid thing, little kid. I was a little kid when I was younger. Back then, I learned from a book. That's what I had. I didn't know anybody in the community, in the deaf community. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know. I was alone. You know, but it's a fascinating, thriving thing. So we'll figure out on the end of the year. We'll talk about. So yes, I can do it in 2 days. Like a day. Figure out. Mostly because like I'm up with family. So yeah, it's not as put together because I'm with family, and I'm prioritizing family. I was commenting how cool my mom was today. I'm going like, where was this woman while I was growing up? My life would have been vastly different. Would have been vastly better. I'm telling you. I've gotten to know my mom in the last couple of days of what she was like before kids, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be such a mommy mom for my kids when I have different beliefs, like the stressed out me. I don't know. And be more, I have to figure out what my kids need though. Right now, my kids probably need financial support. So I have to work. All right, so the end of the year would be figuring out review. And then also figure out what's coming next. If anybody wants to volunteer for editing videos in a serious capacity, not one like, oh yeah, I'll edit your video and make jokes, because I've seen that where somebody's like, here, help me edit this picture, and they made a joke out of that picture. But if anybody wants to volunteer editing, I would love to. My sister wants to teach me how to edit, and I know I have to sit there and do it, but it's the sit there and do it. And I want to get other things going so that I know how to do it very well, so that when I come to the editing, that's the only thing on my mind. Because right now I'm thinking, I have to get product out. I have to get advertising out. I have to get more, customers for the other thing. I have to get up more websites. I have to take care of the kids. So I have to organize, did I get this check mark off? And, she went to school for it, and it's something that's worth the money because people make money on it, but it's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm like, I love her. I love her videos. I hear her voice all the time, and she works for a gas station, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna brag about her. I brag, name drop. I know somebody who works at Wesco. And I hear her voice every time I'm pumping gas or going into the store and filling my coffee. Okay, so we're going to talk about what comes next, because she's awesome. We dropped her name. Oh, my princess, my second grader. She goes in when she's in the store, and she'll tell the cashier, "That's my aunt." When we hear her voice. Yeah, my sister's doing pretty good for herself. She's more like following social norms of, you're supposed to do this, 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 and she's got her check marks, of what she's, for her. I don't think kids are on her check mark. So she's got the house, or she's got a place to live. She had a house, so now she's sharing a house. So she's got family. Um, yeah, I don't do it that way because I don't know. I've been told I live in the fridge, so we're gonna have to figure out how to make Wise One successful on the fringe. It'll be a fringe. Yeah, it'll be a fringe business. Not the norm. If April 21st babies, don't quote me because I only have experience with like knowing about 3 different people that were born on, April 21st. You don't want to know what year. Uh, yeah, I'm old enough to know that, or too young to care. But yeah, April 21st because that's the queen. The problem with stealing my identity, I'm sorry if you're trying to steal my identity and to steal my stuff, but you won't get approved for a car, you won't get approved for a house, you won't get approved for one of those credit cards. So not like, oh, I'll get one of these warehouse or not warehouse, but this discount, like, what do you call it, like credit card to like a store or something, and you'll have to pay the bill. No, I won't. You won't get approved. My credit's horrible. Take over, the kind of thing. Sorry, take my wallet, to get approved for housing because you're like an illegal immigrant. I'm like, they would be like, I'm sorry, we can't approve you. Like, we can't get you all this stuff. You don't qualify for anything. Sorry. Like, you son of a... Like, your business, actually, they would ask you to pay the tax on the business or something and be like, oh, you owe us. Or you want to open a bank account. Okay, here, some money. I'll get better at it. It's just, financial. We'll go into financial health. Maybe I'll be better than I'll be the new Ramsey. We'll go through financial health things and try to get up through, okay, so you're in debt. So you have these horribly habits. Okay. Ramsey was successful and he tells people what else to do, but you'll get to see me go, oh, I'm not going out to eat with my last $2 like I did yesterday. They gave me a free taco. Don't tell my kids, because the kids don't know I was there. So yeah, financial. So like I had like $2 left, and just like, yeah. So I had a Christmas card. It was gas money. I should have just put it towards gas money, but it was only $2 to put into the tank. It seemed ridiculous, but it was it wasn't my money. But I ate with it. I don't think my dad will be upset that I ate with $2. Fast food. It was $1 or something, like $1.06, some change. So then they gave me a free taco. Like, yay, you're, like, probably because they get my bean substitute. I can't eat mammal, so my orders are recognizable when I sub bean for everything. Like sub bean or chicken instead, Yeah. So, yeah, I was having one of those kind of like, I can do it days. And yeah, I went to the store. I used up the gift card I got for Christmas. And then I got all the Wick stuff. And then yeah, I was over on Wick with the vegetables. They give you so much for vegetables. I got, I found out the kid doesn't like all the vegetables I got, so I got to figure out how to make it like taste good. Because I'll get a whole bunch of, no, I don't want this, I don't want this. And then all of a sudden, can I have? When it's all made, don't trust your kid who's screaming, no, I don't want this. Oh, thanks for the like. Trust your kid when they're like, after the food is made. Or get your kids involved. That's another one where they're putting in the effort to make the food. They're more likely to eat it. I've had better chances of my kids eating their whole dinner when they sit there and they make the food. The chopping, my youngest, which I didn't think it was possible to cut yourself with a butter knife, but she's done it once. I mean, I was right there, so we took action. But I give my youngest a butter knife to cut certain soft foods, and she's pretty good about it. I don't know what happened to the butter knife, because I sat there and I've, gone and, like, accidentally with the butter knife to try it out, like, I'm like, here, let's try this out and see if this works. And I'm like, it went across my thumb and it didn't hurt, and I don't know. Oh, she dropped it. She dropped it on her toe. That's how she hurt herself with a butter knife. It dropped and cut her toe. Like, I don't know if the velocity of the drop and the weight of the handle, I don't know how that's possible. But when it's possible, make sure you're there to help catch any knives that drop, because butter knives are only dangerous when they drop. Because if you're just sitting there cutting and chopping and doing things on the counter, they won't hurt your kid. But if it drops, that's how she hurt herself with a butter knife. Because I was like, this should not ever hurt you. Where in the world? It's a butter knife. Don't poke yourself out in the eye with it. But I mean, you're right there next to your kid. So my kid, my youngest my whole thing is, if I'm doing it, the kids need to do it with me, so that they learn and they grow. But you each know your own child and know your child's capability. If your child isn't listening to you, or is impulsive, you might not want sharp objects like a sharp knife. If they're, you understand your kid, you understand their capabilities, you understand what they can and cannot do in the kitchen. Like, you don't want to put your kid in front of the hot stove if your kid's going to be like, so don't do for your own kids. But for my kids, I'm like, if it's not, oh, when you're older. For me, it's when you're able to follow my instructions, when you're able to wait for my instructions, when you're able to have the muscle to control what you're doing, when you have the awareness of what you're doing. So for my kids, it's not so much, oh, when I'm older, I can do all sorts of stuff. Here's the things I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn to be aware of my surroundings. I'm trying to learn muscle control and discipline for using, these actions. I'm trying to learn. And some of them develop. Some kids, you have your 8-year-olds, they can't hardly do some things, and you other have 8-year-olds that can do, like, put on a gourmet feast. It depends. It depends on the kid, and it depends on you, and it depends on your ability to instruct your kid too. So it's not just your kid. So why is one cooking? You'll see more videos, but the kids will be in the videos helping me cook and helping me do stuff. So we'll talk about those and the trip. So I'll also talk about videos coming up. I'll talk about the cooking, because, like, the first day there, I was going to do French fries, chicken nuggets, just to pop in the microwave or to bake, and or in the pan. I'll probably cook them all up and get them ready so that we can pop them in the microwave. I'm not frying them because they won't heat up in the microwave very well, or even just like on the frying pan, because it's got a whole kitchenette, not full kitchen, but a kitchenette in the room, and otherwise we wouldn't be able to afford. It wouldn't get us forward in the financial way. It would probably, cost us more money to go out to eat for the 4 of us. For the one of it would get him ahead. But what it would do is, so trying to learn how to make affordable meals, that'll be something on the show that we're looking forward to. Yeah, let's see, what else is review. So I want to try to go through financial. So that one of the ways is the food. Coming up with the plan. So I've got 100 meals. I've got to organize crockpot meals. I'm just going to do crockpot. Just going to do crockpot in there. I don't know if what size crockpot, because in the house he's got the little crockpot and the big one that I'm just going to leave the big one. We've got the small one, and then we've got a big one. Yeah, small one. Or my parents have a big one and a medium-sized one. Thinking, because if we grab the big one, I put those 100 meals and, portioned for like 8 people, then we can cut those up at the end. The funny part that I have trouble with when I make dishes, even if I'm making, more than enough, sometimes if it's chili, it doesn't save. Not with a werewolf around. But the funny part is I don't know how to portion the leftovers, because do I portion the leftovers for all 4 people to eat, or do I portion them out into individuals and figure out how to reheat 4 individual meals? So somebody who's done that, food prep, I've watched food prep and the food dump things, and it's either, they do food prep and they do food meals for, themselves for the week or 2 weeks or whatever. And just like, how do you reheat half of the stuff that's frozen? Because it has a freezer, it has a full-size fridge with freezer in it. That's not a sign for sign language. That's just me going, beep. And so then how do you, so the thing is, thinking I should store, but how do you store 4 individual meals? It's like, okay, I don't know. But we will figure that out on the show. So financially, we will figure out how to financially get ahead after I've been down. So I might run like a campaign financially getting ahead. I don't know what I'm doing. I suck at promoting it. I suck about asking for money, but I might hop on Patreon. It's like, what can I offer? If I'm asking for money, what can I offer in return? So I don't like straight up, oh, hand me money. I don't like that. I want to put valuable content that makes it worth it if I'm on Patreon. Like, hey, hand me money because we can do more of these cooking shows and these crafting shows and these, lifestyle shows. Put that on there. That's, I can, but I'm so far like worried, so anxious about the money that, like trying to get ahead. Like right now, I can't accept money because I don't have a bank account to put it into. I'm like, so I go to the bank. And I'm like, well, I have to not get like this again, ever. So I have to figure out how I got here and then go into get there. That's the fun part. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. We'll research, we'll learn, we'll do things. We'll figure it out. You guys are awesome. I'm like, you watch it and be like, oh, this is how I get my life going. Okay. So what comes next? So financial. Yeah. Alright, so then run a business and run. And then the other thing is, how personal do you want me to get on these vlogs versus how professional, more towards the Wise One business, towards the crafting and the arts, and just, Martha Stewart hit where it's like, oh, we're just today going to cover food. Today we're just going to cover, how to make a cute little doily. Don't know. Like, if you guys want doilies, I'll make doilies. It's something I can enjoy and do it, or, spells. They're like, here, I want this spell. How much it costs to do the spell? And, yeah, the spells all work, so. It's weird. It's like, yeah, you still do them. Yeah, you still put efforts in, and yeah, you still learn about how to do spells. But it's kind of weird just having spells just kind of work. Like, when I had no idea what I was doing, it's like, oh, okay. But yeah. Okay, so I'll figure out financial health. What I'd love to do is get like professional people to like guest show, like professional doctors and stuff, and be like, or nutritionists, and be like, I heard this works. How does, and get all like, get somebody to talk about COVID where I can ask personal questions and get a nice sum and get a nice, way to go. Or get more people on the show. You guys would like guest speakers, wouldn't you? Alright. So, there was more stuff I was going to do. But I wrote out Wednesdays. That was it. Oh, what is a current? I'm working on the last 10 minutes. What is a current? Let's go look that up. I was going to look that up before, but I don't think I touched the computer since I finished yesterday's video until this morning. Current election results. Okay, so current means going on right now. Let's just put in current. Oh, no. What I spell, it popped up. Current, dried currants, 1 pound. What are currants and how are they used by the spruceeats.com? The spruceeats.com. What are currants? They look kind of grapey. Oh, that pearly white one's in this picture that I'm looking at. Written by Molly Watson. Who's this photo by? Weston61 at Getty Images. That's a pretty pearly currant. The reds are nice and shiny. I mean, are they supposed to be that shiny? In the United States, the United Kingdom, and Ireland, currants are often referred to as Zante currant. They are dried currant grapes. So they are grapes. They're just a type of grape. Or is it like a breed of grape? They're more or less small raisins. True currants are small berries that grow on shrubs and more like gooseberries. Fresh black, red, pink, and white currants are as well as dried black currants can be enjoyed in various ways. With sweet and bright acidic berry flavors, currants are delicious when eaten fresh. I kind of want currants now. We should do something with currants. Like fresh currants, just to try the fresh currant versus the dried currant. I'm not a foodie, I tell myself, because I'd go broke trying to be a foodie. I would get food all the time. Feed people. I love to feed people. You have no idea. It's a weird thing. But I understand the way food works, with the bonding and the process and the health and the, it just brings people together because you have the smell of food when you associate with a person. So it's always, I love food. To me, I don't metabolize the same as other people. So me sitting there eating, and I'm not going to gain the weight the same way everybody else does. If I sit there and I eat mammal, I'm going to blow on pounds. And what's that gut stuff where it's not, the sludge, the gut, and it's not really weight. It's just like stuff stored that isn't used by the body, and just gut weight, and just I'll gain all that and I'll puff out, and if I don't move, I can get moving and run around. That sugar makes me too tired to exercise and so the grains, the non-whole grains, Okay, featured in scones, tarts, and other baked goods or processed into jams and preserves and sauces. What are currants? Real currants are members of the ribes. Ribes. It looks like it should be spelled ribes. If it's from England, United States, I don't know how Ireland pronounces their ribes. They're going to have a Gaelic accent. Ribes family. of flowering shrubs that thrive in northern climates with warm summer and cold winters. So that's probably how they get to be tiny. I know the blueberries with the mild winters grow, like, I want to say it's this big. A part of me is like, that's an exaggeration. But no, they grow like this big. Blueberries, I've seen blueberries, just gigantic blueberries. I'm like, unbelievably big. So, but, and warmer summers. I wonder if they would grow bigger, or if you or if you seed the bigger plants, if you could get them to grow bigger like wheat into corn. Currants have been long cultivated in Europe. They're prevalent in Denmark, Germany, and Netherlands, and the United Kingdom, and many varieties of North America. Currants vary in color and deep purple, black currants, to a brilliant ruby red, and to an almost translucent white. Well, that white looked like a pearly white to me. Dried black currants look a lot like zente. It's like Dante, zente currants. They are smaller than the dried grapes and have a deep berry flavor. Currants are also called, okay, so it's Germany, so it's Honisbeeren. Oh my god, I just slaughtered that. Yes, since I listened to this audible book on how to speak German or Deutsch, I don't know how to read as well with the Deutsch. Honisbeeren, German. Ribs, Danish, and Italian, and Swedish. So if it's Italian, so it's Ribes, it would be Ribes, isn't it? Italian speaks with the Latin, and the one way to put the I's and the E's, pronounce the I's pronounced like they are in Japan with the E sounding, and the E would make the sounding, or like Ribes. And Swedish, Gusilis, French, and Swedish, Gusele, French, and Flemish. Flemish sounds like an interesting language I didn't know existed. I want to learn Flemish. No, I don't. I want, fresh flesh. Whoo! Fresh currants can be used like blueberries and somewhat like blackberries or raspberries in tarts and pies and other desserts such as sorbets and puddings. Use them fresh in fruit salads, particularly berry mixes, to garnish desserts with their pretty color. All right, that is enough for right now. Tell you all to thank you. You guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, we haven't talked about what's next. So yeah. So Thursday is, we are on the 30th. So the 31st, New Year's Eve video. So then we have Thursday. It is time to go. Time to let you guys go. Here's Eve. Alright. I'm gonna let you guys go. Love you guys. You guys have a good one. Until the next video. You guys